and Orlando Stadium ready to go on a Tuesday night. We welcome you, of course. We have a former Pirate star in the commentary box as well tonight. A very happy new season as well to Teko. Who joins us here in the commentary box. Always a tough game, Royal AM, a side who certainly make things hard for Orlando Pirates in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I think Royal AM are always making things difficult for Orlando Pirates, whether they're playing home or away. We've seen as well the last fixture that they were here, they made sure that they come out with a point.
Two changes in the side here tonight. Relebohile Mofokeng comes in for Fortune Makaringa in the midfield. He used the surname Ratomo last season. They've also got Paseka Marco in for Stellenbosch. So this is the Pirates lineup. Marco getting an opportunity on that left-hand side for the first time in a while, and this is the way they're going to form up.
Yeah, with also you look at the changes that they've made. Marco back in that left-back position, and you'll be hoping that you see Orlandoo just high up the pitch at least to support Lipasa and Masangani, and you're expecting Monare as well to be the one that is holding that midfield, of course, engaging Saleng on the left-hand side.
Well, the Royal AM coach, John Maduka, sticks with the same lineup that drew 0-0 at home at the Relebohile Stadium to AmaZulu on Saturday. That means that Sanele Khadebe, who made his top-flight debut in the last game, keeps his place in the team. And a former Pirate stalwart is on hand, Thabo Matlaba, coming up against his old club. He'll be 36 at the end of the year, still going strong.
Still going strong indeed. And still enjoys that on the left-hand side going up and down. He has a good engine, understanding of the game, and will be helping the team defensively very well. And like you have said, no changes from the team. We'll be seeing Kobedi and Musomi playing sort of like a double pivot, with Masuku playing more as a 10 to be able to support Machupu. But the man who's dangerous in terms of the team, we'll be seeing Kobedi and Musomi playing sort of like a double pivot, with Masuku playing more as a 10 to be able to support
referee,
Machupu.
Thabo
But
Makabela,
the man
is in
who's
charge of his
dangerous in
first
terms
game
of
since
the
March. He's assisted by two.
Besel Kata Jomel Lungi Sanji. Besel Kata Jomel Lungi Sanji.
Shango are both from Pretoria. Jose Rivera on the bench.
njengoba elungisa nje. Lungisa nje. Ukhuma une yellow card.
So he'll be looking to get more engaging going forward and help the team in attack, because I think that's one of the strongest points.
There's Mofo King. You might remember him as Ratomo. Claimed a goal against Royal AM last season, but eventually it was given against poor old Elias Pelembe Dominguez for an own goal. Perhaps the shot from Ratomo was just heading away from the goal and the deflection took it in. He's now, of course, Mofo King. He's taken his father's surname. And we will, of course, respect that. So no more Ratomo. Mofo King in the midfield in place of Fortune Makaringe for today's lineup. Good to see a youngster being given an opportunity at this big club. They've got so many quality players in the midfield.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him, and kudos to Coach Rivera to be able to give him such opportunities.
Actually, that might have been a better chance than it looked initially. It was a turnover that he gave that'll come away with something from their trip to the Cape. Back from skipper Manganye, 36 years old. Tama Matlaba next to him is still 35, 35 and 10 months. This man is a real wonder story. Hadn't played in the top flight until his 34th birthday. This is only his start of his third season in the top flight. There's a long-time stalwart down in the second tier of South African football. Never got his chance until the franchise, the Bloemfontein Celtic franchise, was bought and he got a chance to play.
I guess it really says that it's never too late. If you're patient enough and you keep on working on yourself, yeah, he is being the captain of the team. And I mean, he's been dependable, especially from the back. That we've seen a lot of players being changing in and around that position, but he's been very solid for Royal AM.
You might remember player Jaffet Zwane, who played for South Africa, spent a lot of time at the clubs down in Durban. I think his debut was at the age of 28 or so, and then within 1 or 2 years he was in the Bafana setup. So keep plugging away if you're not getting your chance and you're feeling that the birthdays are going by rather rapidly. That's Relebohile on the right-hand side, former Highlands Park player. Good to see Marco back on the left. Last season, the position dominated by Maela, so Marco didn't see too much game time. Spent a lot of time at the clubs down in Durban. I think his debut was at the age of 28 or so, and then within 1 or 2 years, he was in the Bafana setup. So keep plugging away if you're not getting your chance and you're feeling
on the right side of defense.
Speaking of someone who can play on the left and right, there's Matlaba who clears away. He can play anywhere.
Ukhuma une yellow card. Zomela sheshe naye Kuma une yellow card. Zomela sheshe naye.
Tried the shot there. Good for Ratomo. Oh, what a chance! Rushed that one. Had even time to bring that one under control. Mutibansira looking for his second. 2-2 it would have been for the Lesotho International.
Yeah, I don't think Sira was aware that he had time and space. Look at the deflection. It felt nicer for him as a striker. His presence of mind is there. But then the connection wasn't there. Unfortunately, they couldn't hit the target.
Bit of a let off for Orlando Pirates here. Yeah, could have. Not a good pass. Not a good at all.
Not a good pass indeed. I think he was in two minds there. He didn't decide exactly what he wants to do. And in those type of positions as a striker, you want to put in your right foot, your strongest foot actually, and trying to hit target at least. Because with your left, you're unsure. You could see that even in the beginning that he wasn't sure whether to play it or not. I think he needed to decide what he wanted to do.
A real let off there for both ends, basically. Two great chances at both ends now. I think if they just played the right pass there, Evangao maybe perhaps have been a little bit braver and gone on his own.
That's a sign of a striker that lacks confidence.
Yeah. And also the crowd has been on his back. Early days yet in his Pirates career already, but it looks like he's going to have a bit of a interesting relationship with the fans. This is good pressure being put on Mataba, but uses all his experience.
Done by Monari, read that so well. Stolen back for the Buccaneers. Monyane, sabc pushing forward past the halfway line, and Glondler with a little touch nicely into the path there. Manganye makes the clearance. Now Pirates got a bit of time and nice and high. Mofokeng, and a good idea. Saleng was making an excellent run as well. But he has a chance for Royal AM on the counter. Just far too strong in the end for Khadebe.
It was a good idea indeed from Mofokeng there. But also that's where you want to see Ndlondlo. Higher up the pitch, be more creative in and around those areas. You look at that touch. The idea was there just to play it first time so that Saleng can be able to take it over and go for goals.
Now the passer gives chase, the crowd cheering him on, believing he could get there in time, and Poto had other ideas. Public holiday tomorrow if you don't already know and haven't made some plans for a nice day off, it's lots of live football on your World of Champions, starting with Sundowns and Chiefs live from Attridgeville. That's at 3 p.m. We hear that that game is sold out, by the way. So if you haven't got a ticket, the World of Champions is your answer. And then there's more football at 5:30 and again at 7:30. Some excellent matches, Swallows and Supersport, and Chipper United and Galaxy. Out comes Porto.
I think Orlando Pirates, they're finding this nice breaks. It's just that those passes, those final passes, they need to make sure that they nicely wait behind it. You can see that there's two opportunities that the passer couldn't get the ball through, but he's making those beautiful runs here again with Maswanganyi. Could have just laid it so nicely. They need to be able to adjust to the surface of the pitch as quickly as possible.
Just to correct myself, Amazulu and Supersport at 5:30, not Swallows. The other matches, by the way, will be live on streaming. That includes first home game for newly promoted Cape Town Spurs. They're taking on the stadium. Masuku, little combination there, and there's the ball inside again. All the skills being turned on here by the visiting side, by Tikazi in particular. Saleng almost put Lepasa through. Maswanganyi now finds the opportunity here. Is that a penalty? Surely, referee says yes. Brought down from behind. And there is no objection either from the visiting side. That's as clear as daylight. There'll be a yellow card as well for the offender, for Manganyi.
Some will say that's a professional foul. I mean, Mofokeng again being instrumental coming in, but look at the space that Maswanganyi has. They're selling the dummy there to Maswanganyi. I think there it was very clear that it was a penalty. Pulled him back. Good play there from Maswanganyi. Very comfortable inside the box. Very calm there, using his cool when it's necessary.
Maswanganyi wins the kick. Manganyi gives it away, and Lepasa is the man entrusted with putting the ball in the back of the net. Pirates looking for their first goal of the new season. Could this be one of many to come in this campaign? It's going to be a busy campaign too, with the Champions League on their agenda. Lepasa now. Lepasa turns the goalkeeper the wrong way, and the Buccaneers have the lead. Well, that's just the start the coach was looking for.
Indeed, especially after such a result that they got in Cape Town. Good start for Orlando Pirates. Very positive play, encouraging, finding spaces. Maswanganyi as well, gaining his confidence, showing his skill inside the box there, selling Manganyi a dummy, winning that penalty, and of course Lepasa slotting it in. And also there's going to be so much pressure on Lepasa being at the strike. Orlando Pirates has been looking to get that strike that will get into double digits, and this is a well-taken penalty, a very confidence booster for him.
His 5th career goal for Orlando Pirates. He got 2 on loan for Supersport United last season. That just takes a little bit of the early pressure off the Buccaneers as they take this 1-goal lead. Maybe a bit more freedom to play now. Royal AM will be a real test, though. Kaila and Tikazi combining there. Now Maklava, Khadebe, Masuku and Kobedi spreading it around him. Saw me there as well. Maklava, the turn from Masuku, certainly being held back there by Monare.
And there's one thing as well about the teams that Coach John Maduka coaches. They'll play football. They'll find the passing lines, they'll find the angles. They're not scared to play around. You can see as well with the Real aim, they're trying to find those passages, but Orlandoo Pirates very good in that counter press.
And he cuts it out. Now, can he set up an opportunity for a chance to get back in this game? Sikakane playing it out wide and then knocked inside and dealt with comfortably by sabc. Lepasa. Just looking for options here, sabc. Now Sulling's gone a little bit out onto the left. That's not the best of touches from Mofokeng. He might have knocked that into touch. In fact, the referee's allowing play to continue here. This is Sikakane now, made his top flight debut in January. He has been with the club for a while. There is, of course, that transfer ban on Royal AM in the Nurkovic case, so they can't buy any new players. It's pretty much what happened to Kaiser Chiefs a couple of seasons ago. Makes it pretty tough when you're looking to strengthen your side for the new campaign. They're looking now instead to push players up from the academy, from the Diski side. We see Khadebe here on the left-hand side. He's one of the products of that move. Given away. It's battling hard to try and keep it, and in the end finding Saleng. Ndlondlo. Now Monyane, cross inside, comes off the knee of Kobedi. Inside is Mofokeng. He's going to fall for Monyane, and Monyane's going to miss. Well, he had acres of time. He did all the right things, steady himself, and then pulled the trigger, leaning back, and over the top it went.
And then see Orlandoo Pirates finding spaces and time, and in and around those pockets as well. Rightfully said, Mark. He had plenty of time, did everything right, control the ball, head up. But yet again, he chose to go for the near post where it was so tight. Just the technique there let him roll.
He's normally a provider, bombing up and down that right-hand side. Had a rare chance. Was there a handball in there? A little bit unlucky, but handball indeed. Referees in the close proximity. Sikazis, exciting player, but perhaps lacking in consistency. Spent a lot of time on the bench. In fact, he scored 11 goals in his career. He's only starting today his 15th match, although he's been in the squad for several seasons, most of his appearances coming off the bench. So tonight, a chance again to solidify a place in the starting lineup. Mochaila, the header from Kobede off the top of his head. Goal kick it'll be.
And I guess also because of the transfer ban that Royal AM have, there's going to be a lot more demand from him, knowing that they can't add on the other players. So he needs to be able to maintain the tempo throughout the game. He needs to learn how to play 90 minutes and be an impactful player by starting the game. So it's going to be a lot of pressure from the players that are, especially the senior players that are there within the team, to make sure that the team actually do perform with the players that they have.
Lepasa with the opening goal, won by Maswanganyi from the penalty spot for Lepasa. Skipper pushing forward now. We're behind when they visited here not so long ago in May, and then got an equaliser, came away with the spoils. In fact, both previous visits to Orlando Stadium for Royal AM have both ended in a 1-1 stalemate. Somi forward, Marco to Ndlondlo, and now away comes Mofokeng. Has a look for Lepasa. Now Saleng, was he onside? Yes, says the linesman. Well, if he dragged that back, it would have been right into the path of Lepasa. He's apologising now. And that really was another good chance.
It was a glorious opportunity indeed. Mofokeng again being very instrumental, cutting in. Look, he delays that pass, sees Saleng there making the run, just lobs it in there. But like you rightfully said, Saleng there, if he only, looked around as to see what's happening, especially with an awkward angle that it was in. But nonetheless, it was a great save there from Porto.
Saleng timed his run perfectly. Mofokeng to take the set piece. High ball. There was a bit of pushing and shoving, so Toki lost his balance, and then he almost got a little back flick onto that effort from Ndlondlo. Goal kick it'll be. Still the early stages here at Orlando Stadium, early part of the season too. You're still working on your match fitness, getting some rhythm going. Pirates have got 8 matches this month, so they're thrown immediately into the deep end. And of course, because they're playing both in the MTN8 and also in the African Champions League. They'll be here against Sekhukhune on Saturday afternoon in the MTN8, and Royal Arrows will have the weekend off. And Pirates will be playing on Tuesday as well in the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium against Chippa United to get ahead of the schedule as far as the Champions League is concerned. They go to the Comores, then they come back immediately and play Swallows. So really tough opening month for the Buccaneers, but that's the price you pay for participating in the African club competitions.
Of course, and that's where now you need more depth within the team to be able to work around those schedules. You need team players that are very ready, very fit as well. You can see from Orlando Pirates, the lineup as well, there's a lot of consistency. You want to get that rhythm right, but also the players that are not playing, they are ones as well that will be helping you to proceed with this season and the active schedule that might come through.
Of course, Royal AM had pretty much the same last year when they were in the African Confederation Cup. Knocked out by Mazembe just before the group phase. A good account of themselves in their debut in continental competition. Now Lepasa just hesitated, allowed Matlaba to clear it away. Saleng across the face of goal, and the keeper claims that, and comfortably so too.
Orlando Pirates seems to find so much joy on their left-hand side, where we also see just now Saleng switched up position, enjoying making those runs in and around there. I think with the Rally AM at halftime, John Maduga should be looking at what is it that on the left, on the right-hand side defensively that he can trick and shift things around, because the Orlando Pirates seem to find holes in that side.
Well, it looks as if the skipper Manganya's gone out a little bit towards the right of defence. They've got Mochaila, who's a natural right back, or ring back I should say. But still the traffic is heavy down that side, as you say.
Yeah, because they don't have an out-and-out winger, where you see Tigazi most of the time playing lopsided, so therefore there's an overload on the right-hand side, where Marco Maswanganyi comes in at times as well, and Mufuke.
Saleng got caught by Kobedi. He's the enforcer in the middle of the pitch, did the same job at Bloemfontein Celtic. Now in Ndlondlo. Sabc, his second season here. Lepasa might be just a little too strong. Again, plenty of room for Monyani on the right.
Which is something that we actually saw against Stellenbosch today. He finds room and space. And also so important as well that Maswanganyi and Ndlondlo in around those, in around that midfielder, rather, on those pockets, to be able to give him those passes. Here we've seen now with the Lepasa being the one that's trying to play those balls, but if you get them right, we know that Munyani will bring those crosses in as quickly as possible.
Ndlondlo makes a very good tackle. Maswanganyi now turns, looks to get things going. That's a good reading of the game by Kobedi. Oh, Saleng was away there, and the referees let that go. Msomi with a rather illegal-looking challenge, and Ndlondlo takes advantage of a mistake by Matlaba. Here is Saleng, left foot. That's going to be two. That is super, super goal from Monepule Saleng. Struck with that magical left foot that made him the player's player of the last season.
Yeah, it seems like he continues where he left off, but yet again, you look at Real AM trying to build up, losing the ball there, Matlaba in that midfield, Orlando Pirates pouncing on with that counter play, and also good decision play as well from Ndlondlo, making sure that the pass is right, and a good finish from Saleng.
Well, Ndlondlo might have actually been at fault against Stellenbosch, where they lost the ball on quick transition. He's more than made up for it here so far tonight.
Of course, I mean, I think he plays high up the pitch today. It makes him more dangerous because he does have those creativity. And look at the pass here with his weaker foot, but then again, the composure there from Saleng. Beautiful goal.
And so often in the domestic game, we see those opportunities squandered because players suddenly panic a little bit and they strike it too quickly or too early. Both times now we've had opportunities on this right-hand side for Orlando Pirates. The players have taken their time. Munyani missed, but Saleng certainly didn't. John Maduka in picture there. For those of you of a younger generation, don't remember him as a fine player with Umtata Bucks alongside the Mugai twins. That was a formidable team.
Yeah. Fighting there in that midfield there. Very good player, John Maduka.
Captain of Malawi for many years as well. He captained them against South Africa in a World Cup qualifier. I think Eric Tinkler scored in that match. You can see pretty even down the left and the right in terms of where Pirates have been attacking the Royal AM goal, and then the majority of the movement through the middle.
And
Offside.
And I think, Mark, with with the majority in the middle, it's because they position themselves very well on the ball and off the ball. That makes it easier when they're in transition or when they're in the ball position. Rather, those forward passes becomes a little more easier, unlike when they were doing against Stellenbosch, where you find Ndlondo just playing alongside Monare too deep for him to be able to do any impact in terms of the attack. And now today you can see playing high up as well, and Masonganya as well today getting more involved on the ball. It gives Orlando Pirates more impetus in terms of going forward.
We've had over half an hour here at Orlando. Fairly balmy August night. Spring is on the way, we hope. Here's Monyane. Ball inside. Maklaba cuts it out. Vital interception. Excuse me, Sikakane cuts it out.
Those are areas where you want to see when it's good though. Good ball there from Monare there. You always know. That
The crowd is growing here at Orlando. Lots of people coming in a little bit late. It's a holiday tomorrow, of course, so we were hoping for a decent turnout tonight. Monare.
Hey, this network is giving us hectic problem. But we're gonna
Talking
watch.
for the
Don't
first
move.
time, crossfield
Don't
ball.
move. We're
This
gonna
one
watch this
just
game
over
until
it
it
a little bit. We know he's
ends.
got a powerful shot. We saw a free kick when he was at Amazulu. I think it was against Celtic. He absolutely rattled the back of the net in dramatic style. Doesn't take as many set pieces as perhaps he should, given the power that he can generate.
Don't move. Trust me. Don't move. Just stay.
Well, they have already
If the network
warming up
gives
some
us
players.
problem, it's gonna be right.
I think for John Maduka, there should be a sign of concern. And he hasn't changed any player from the previous fixture. And expecting the player to have a better understanding to shift a little more better, especially once you realize.
Yes! Go! She ran 2 goals. What a beautiful goal.
there'll be 3 players exiting this game who the coach feels perhaps
I'm sorry
have
about
not
the Wi-Fi.
been playing to expectation. Well, the ball's out of play, but still those changes have not yet been made.
I'm sorry about the Wi-Fi.
Still instructions
sure you
going on
subscribe.
inside the bench with Mateo, the assistant coach.
We'll always bring you live games, yeah? PSL games.
John Maduka stands in his technical area.
The Wi-Fi sometimes is tricky, so please be with us.
Be under a bit of pressure if this one-way route continues.
Born Paris la yabaleka la.
Marco making progress. I can tell you down on the Royal bench there are going to be 4 changes, not 3, 4 changes to be made by John Maduka. 3-0 down. He's stripping the kitchen and throwing the second
now leading in the score.
with a chance for number 4. Good save from Porto. Had it fallen a little better there for the pass, he would have been on for a rather rapid hat-trick. Swagani leaves it for Orlandoo. Monare. Repasa. Sabc. Marco's ball to Mofoke. Back into Marco.
Yay!
Saleh. And a goal kick. Right, 4 changes for Royal AM. Rather unprecedented. Excuse me, 39 minutes gone. Make that 40. And here they come. Pere, Lamini, Sitore, and Motefang Sera, the Basutu international. Matlaba off. Masuku, Somi, and the youngster Khadebe.
I'm sure you subscribe to this channel.
Return to Orlandoo Stadium.
We always give you
Nobody was over before, and the same for Menzi Masuku, who you might remember scored against Supersport United for the Buccaneers and won himself the prize for the best goal of the season. Sabelo Sitore, let's mention him first. Amongst the young players,
I haven't seen a shot on target.
coming through the Disney side. This will be his first run out. He is a 20-year-old. He'll be 21 in September. And then there is Pere. Motibang Sera, the Basutu international we know well. This will be a second sub-appearance for Pere, who was also used against Amazulu on Saturday in their draw. The ignominy of being substituted after just 40 minutes. And then Bandile Tlamini, 2 substitute appearances for Royal AM last season. He's yet to make a start for the club, so he's decided to throw in a few of the so-called fringe players and see what they can do here against Orlandoo Pirates. But I'm not sure, Teko, that's ever been done before in the domestic game. 4 changes after 40 minutes.
I haven't seen that been done, honestly, and it's surprising, especially to see John Maduka doing this, because normally he's not an emotional coach. And I would think probably he sees that there is a problem on the right-hand side. Where does the problem start? Try to fix that first before making those 4 subs, because then again you still have a second half to play for, and you still have more subs to do along the game.
There's only got 1 left, of course, now. Orlandoo gets knocked by Sarah. Basutu International started at Bloom Celtic. Again, another player who last season spent most of his time coming off the bench.
keep it
Well, I
from
suppose if
the
you're the other 7 is still on the pitch, you're a little bit relieved that you didn't have to go
just
over
watch Pirates.
like 4 of your colleagues.
Showing Kef.
Salena chasing. Porto comes up. Batsman in might cause the danger. Marco. That's his throw-in. Cleverly done. 2.5 minutes break. Not sure the referee's going to add any time on because you might feel a little bit sorry for Royal Air. They'll be keen to get into the change room.
Ow.
See those changes to make any effects as they push forward. Kobedi and Tikazi. Kobedi wins the free kick here.
Subscribe, I will stop. Okay, let me stop. I'm stopping. Let me keep quiet.
Senna. Modane. Sikakane wanting a little bit more support as he won possession there.
Okay, I'm silent.
Relebohile wins that from
This is your channel, guys.
Maybe these changes have energized Royal Air a little bit or given them a bit of a fright.
I'll keep silent, but I will
Tikazi.
remind you to subscribe.
Ele.
Ah.